We good? I think we're good. Yeah, I think we just had a bit of a moment where the live stream just cut off of me, so I'm going to have to, of course, merge the two streams together. Shouldn't be an issue.
No, not at all.
Oh man, that kind of blows. Oh well. At least we got qualifying, and so it's not that big of a loss.
I sent a message in the chat.
Yeah, stream. Yeah. So
let everyone know the new
yeah, their stream. Yeah. So if you're just joining us, we did have a bit of a hiccup with the stream. It just did stop, but we should be back up and running now. So that was a bit unfortunate there. Got people coming into the pit lane. We got people coming to the streams, which is good. Yeah, that was a lot of. Yeah, I'll have to merge the two streams together, which shouldn't be really that big of an issue anyway. Last doing is.
Salt vinegar chips for those who are asking about flavored potato chips.
Absolutely, indeed. James Hyde's still pretty in sixth, trying to maximize what he can do to be able to gain some time. Hair Razor and Doug Barrow. Of course, hopefully Doug Barrow didn't get. Hopefully his pit crew didn't give him the wrong set of tires for today's race.
Hey, they may give him this wrong set next race.
Yeah, exactly. Walschweiser in P9, Carbon R in 10th place. Now the beauty of this series is that the finishing grid will be reversed for the starting grid for. Because you don't do well in this race doesn't mean you can do well in the other race, so it's going to make for some really, really close fighting here, to say the least.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the benefit of the factor. You know, you could have not a good first race, but at the same time, it gives you more determination, more grit to do well in the second race. And obviously, with the grid reversed. You know,
Bo Fisher saying the racing was so hot that it melted my internet. That's probably what happened, to be honest with you.
Palmer and Tice. Actually, Palmer's gotten around Tice somehow for the lead.
No, Palmer.
Oh wait, no, that's
he's
right.
been ahead.
Oh, actually, yeah.
I think you need to lay off some of the stuff, to say the least. You need to give you a rubbish that way. So. So we're a splash, not that far off. Oh, big slide out of the first corner.
He's pushing really hard.
Yeah, let's see if we can find some action here as Walschweiser and Carbon R are about to go back into it again. I think Doug Barrow had an incident of some sort. A 104. Oh no, he's behind. So something has happened to Doug Barrow and place, and all of a sudden he's down in 10th place.
Yeah, not sure what happened to Doug Barrow. He was up in the top 6 or 7 with battling with James, and it seemed like something must have caught up with him, or mistakes will be made. But unfortunately, didn't get to see the incident. But gonna battle back to Carbon R, taking it just a little bit wide, and all these guys are currently battling their own position, but also battling penalties at the same time.
Yeah, so yeah, we do apologize for that, but so let's pop our way back to the field as Keelan now gets himself a 7/10 penalty, so he will have to slow up. Splash doing a good job because this is what's going to help Splash catch back up to Keelan and Marcello. As Marcello hangs on into third place at the moment. Palmer and Tice you just can't separate these two, whatever you do, really, can you?
No, honestly, these two have some of the best team chemistry and teammates I've ever seen. These guys work extremely well. They go out and get results, and, you know, they rely on each other to do that well, and we're seeing just a showcase of that today. And these two they have absolutely just pulled away.
They absolutely have, indeed. Someone's actually going wide out of the final corner. Who is that? Is that Carbonara, or we're about to find out what happened here. I think someone was going a little bit wide. That's Walschweiser.
Oh,
that is Walschweiser in the number 21 who dipped a wheel and lost a position that way.
Yeah, those curves are really, really nasty.
They are nasty, and it's dropped Walschweiser down to 10th position.
Oh, Carbonara.
He's just trying to take a bit of a tighter line so he can serve that penalty. Oh my goodness!
He had a mega run coming out of that.
We'll take a look at that one real quickly, but my God, Doug Barrow, I think just going a bit wide.
Oh, he put it.
And how did he not hit the number 13 of Doug Barrow right there?
Yeah, that was some really, really close. That was really close. I mean, bumpers will be used later in these races, obviously. We will see the bumpers being thrown out there.
Can you hear like the screeching tires?
I can hear them. I can hear them a little bit. It's like I was hearing those all week while making practice laps. So.
Oh, absolutely. You just hear
something like that. Right, just about halfway through this first round.
Yeah, it went through that quickly, I'd say.
Hasn't been, quite the racing that we've been so used to
Tice
seeing.
has actually lost a bit of ground on Palmer. So,
I think
a bit of transmission issues. There's an issue. I lost power.
Maybe he's got no tires and he's calling out bone.
Something strange in the engine. Man, look at this now. All of a sudden, Palmer bumps up the ante a little bit and just gains about a second on Tice. Now, all of a sudden, I think Tice is going to be like, oh crap, now what am I going to do? They actually got a bit of a penalty, so... And then a couple of track limits violations done by the Simax crew here today.
No, but it seems to be the case with the normal driving line that you kind of do take here. You can be a little bit over it, you can be a little bit under, but you can also naturally nail that racing line and get a superb fast lap.
Man, Splash has actually lost a tremendous amount of time here, about 1.5 seconds.
At the top four, the only reason that Splash is still in contention for possibly a podium is because the SMM guys, not to say that, they're not good drivers or anything, but I mean, they're good. I mean, really good, don't get me wrong. Especially winning the GT World Challenge by AWS Series Championship. These guys, they've been actually kind of been, benefiting their own draft and, kind of decreasing the penalties by just shuffling positions around pretty much, That's the strategy that they're doing to keep themselves out. As James Head now, still trying to push for that top 5 finish. He's currently got a 1.8 second penalty to deal with, and Hellraiser is just about 1.6 seconds behind, and actually pushing, and well,
in order to do that, James Head is going to have to make up 3 seconds in about 13 minutes, which is no easy feat given that you can only get about, from here on out, I think like about 13 to 14 laps more. So it's all about push, maybe even 12 laps.
Unless he ran a 59 every single lap, it would be impossible to catch back up to the field right there.
As Nick's favorite saying, it's literally impossible.
I'm sure T5 Black could have done that in this race.
Oh! I'm imagining it now. He's probably like trail breaking every single corner.
Hey, even though he doesn't race on GT Sport anymore, he's still has a place.
He had a heck of a run, winning both.
He's doing bigger and better things on ACC, so.
Yeah, he won both driver's titles in the SRS
and an absolutely just clutch undercut play on spot, by the way. I've never seen an incredible play like that, ever.
Funny thing is, I haven't watched it, so I'm going to have to spoil myself a little bit. And is this where the traffic is starting to play? Is this where traffic? Is this where? Yeah, Palmer actually closed that gap back up, but I think it was because he allowed Tice to close back on up.
I hate to break you from this battle, but I think Splash is getting closer to Keelan, and Keelan has dropped from Marcello a little bit.
Oh, wowza! Unbelievable!
Wow, Keelan with a 1.4 second penalty.
What has happened?
I'll tell you what, this is exactly what I said. Splash has been the most consistent driver race line-wise this whole race. I don't think I've seen him pick up a penalty this whole race.
Absolutely, indeed. So,
he could potentially get a podium finish here if things keep going this way. But, you know, SMM, they're fighting their own penalties as much as they're fighting this position.
Oh, Keelan's a little bit squirrely trying to serve up that penalty in the slow corners.
The thing Splash needs to be aware of is that he cannot lose draft of these guys again.
I agree. 100%.
We're eating too much of these chips.
Salt and vinegar's too good. Look at that, 1.3 second penalty.
And look at that
for Keelan. Marcello just trying to just be like, come on, I can't let you slow up to let Splash on by. Can you imagine the outroar if Splash gets the podium over Marcello and Keelan? That would be phenomenal. That would be phenomenal, to say the least.
I mean, look at the gap though that you know, they have pulled away from Splash again. It's that draft and lap traffic. The leaders are on the back end of first lapped cars,
which I believe is going to be the number 27.
Yep.
Bar 27
displayed.
All right, so when are we going to see the flashing lights of doom that are ascending behind the lap traffic? I'm making it sound more dramatic than it is.
I mean, you can make it as dramatic as you want, because honestly, it can be dramatic anytime soon. As Tice,
and there we go. Hey!
And there is Tice giving the lights to Palmer.
He's like, "Come on, move! Come on, move!"
He must know that. He must have known. Yeah,
no, Kimmy, no. You will not have the drink.
As Palmer now gonna get around Barr, and Barr's gonna let these two on by. I think they're
going to continue flashing.
Get out of there as quick as they could.
He may have got by, but Kimmy will never get the drink. I'm getting too sidetracked away from here. And now that gap now 0.8 of a second as Keelan still got that 1.4 second penalty, so he still has to surge.
Splash has got to maintain that gap. He cannot
absolutely does.
You know what? Really bad. If Splash can keep that gap.
Keelan going extremely wide.
You may get a penalty.
I don't think that.
Yeah. Now that may give him a penalty.
I don't think that controller is helping out Keelan as much as
not
is.
Oh, James with a moment, just about sideways coming out of the final corner there.
Let's take a look at this again.
Oh my God!
How much commitment can you ask for?
Oh, he put on the curb, put too much throttle on.
Oh, wowza!
He really tried taking the line that he wanted to. As he is really struggling for grip now, and Razor
4 second penalty.
Yeah, he's gonna let Razor on by here.
He won't let Razor on by.
Penalty, give him another shot to get back at Razor.
So Razor now up into 6th place, which is very good for the 69.
Well, James is just.
Oh my God!
He doesn't have the grip.
Oh my God!
James. And
when he started that penalty, he went on the dirty portion of the track. That's why he's got less grip now.
Now it's gone from bad to worse for James now, as Razor has suddenly pulled a 2.3 second gap comfortably over James.
Absolutely, indeed. Razor having a very consistent race here today. His teammate down in 8th place having a much good race as well. Let's see where Carbon R is, all the way down in 10th place.
Yeah, he hasn't had a good race so far right now.
UTAP and Superboy, of course, more teammate action. You always ask for teammates to fight it out. But you're like, I'm gonna stay behind him so we make sure he doesn't crash his vehicle and that sort of deal. Patrolhead in 13th, not that far off. Gamer Coxium to be. Oh no, they're actually past the number 14. I think that is it. The 14 or is it? Okay, it is 14. And let me get back up to the front of the field. And so Palmer, Ty still with that 1/10 penalty. What's the situation between Keelan? 1 second penalty, but look at this now. 3/10 is the gap
between Splash and Keelan. Oh, that's not what you want if you're Keelan. Splash is going to have a run, but unfortunately,
that toe by Marcello is going to pull Keelan right back to him.
And that's kind of the one thing Splash has been fighting all day, besides trying to maintain the gap.
It's like an equal and opposite reaction. Oh, what a good line by Splash to turn one.
Absolutely incredible.
Closing
by
the
Splash.
gap. Official saying, go on Palmer and go Splash. Of course, a team spirit. Of course, chat, get your favorite drivers in the chat. Show your support for these drivers. And right here, Splash is trying to do the impossible.
And he's getting a run on him. He's actually closing that gap just ever so slightly.
Ever so slightly indeed. That draft is just pulling
Keelan away. Splash really deep.
This is the closest that we've seen Splash.
Drives it in deep. And this is the closest it's been.
Is the closest. What a good line by Splash.
Oh, he's going to have a run.
We start to see some defending be done. He's got alongside, but that toe by Marcello on Keelan is too strong. Can Splash make a move up the turn one?
Oh
no, that draft is so powerful.
That draft
in these Mazdas, it's impossible. Oh, Marcello, big tank slapper. As we got traffic, actually Bars got by Gamer Con.
And look, Keelan's gonna go on the inside. Splash!
Oh, can he follow through? Can he make it happen?
No, he didn't. He didn't.
That had to be
flashing the lights.
Was that going to be team? Was that a
contact?
Was that a little bit of team orders to say the least? Big run by Keelan, breaking early. Oh, there was contact.
There was
on Marcello from Splash, and now this is going to be difficult because
and Splash. Oh, he's going to drive it in deep.
Yeah, because I think Keelan knows he's weak, so he's going to want Marcello to hold him up to occupy that podium spot with about 5 minutes to go.
I'll tell you what, that gap between Splash is closer than the gap from Marcello to Keelan there. But that draft, once again, coming to effect. And look at this, lap traffic going to be a big factor for these three.
On board now, the number 11, a Splash.
Oh, Splash. And Coxie going to let these guys on by.
Good sportsmanship from the 14, but not so great sportsmanship from the number 5, which is making this difficult for the number 11.
That did look a little bit, questionable, but, that's a racing deal. You're just moving back in front. Splash expected to follow Keelan through the corner and not expect Marcello to cover off that line as quickly as he did to file back in.
Yeah, Marcello is slowing up.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, he's all over the back bumper now. Oh, look at this. Oh.
Yeah, you can tell. Oh, yes. Splash, you can tell, is not happy about this whatsoever. Look at this. He's holding up Keelan just so he can occupy the podium. This is absolutely making Splash fuming in the driver's
down the inside goes Splash. Oh, he had to back out.
Had to back out. Not the way he intended it to.
Oh, Marcello gets really, really loose out of there. Bars just a sitting.
Marcello is not making this easy. Of course, had the luxury to race with Marcello a couple times. He is a very aggressive driver. Of course, he can very much push, and you give him that door, that moment of opportunity, he will go for that, and he'll make it stick. But good luck trying to get by, because he won't make it as easy as much as you want to pass him.
Oh,
he tried it! Wowza!
He's tried the fake. He's got the outside
side by side.
Splash side. He's gonna get no room. They're
banging. They're banging right around the outside. Come on, Splash, you absolute legend. Side by side through final corner, they touch, and what a move by Splash! He's forced out wide.
Wow!
Oh my goodness!
Splash just gave it everything.
Unbelievable!
All right, Splash is gonna have one more shot to get back at Marcello. And
he's got a couple more. The gap is 6/10. Bar 27 and Keelan, I don't know what those two are doing. Bar 27 is definitely going to let those guys on by.
Yeah, he's definitely going to let him on by. He's been having blue flags waved at him for like the last three laps now. He's really, really, really getting in the way of this battle here.
He's actually being a bit of a helping point for the Cymax crew.
And Barr's just going to let Marcello on by and knock the gap. And once again,
look at that. Marcello now up 1.3 seconds gap. Splash thought he had it with a chance.
I will go on.
But Marcello, I think in my opinion, Marcello was a little bit
over aggressive.
He was entitled to that inside line. Oh, and Keelan! Oh my goodness gracious!
Keelan's gone wide. Keelan's gone
wide, and Marcello up into third place once again.
This guy's gonna have 2 more laps here. It's gonna be two to go. Palmer and Tice looks like they're gonna settle out for a 1-2. But this battle is far from over as Keelan's gonna serve up his penalty now.
And you kind of
there goes Barr.
Oh, there goes Barr 27 around. Saves it. Nice save. But now Keelan has got a bit of issues with Splash to worry about.
Splash tried the outside move.
Oh,
not gonna do.
Can he go through? I thought he could. Oh, big slide from the number 22 on from the 11.
That's gonna be a big gap.
Both were starting saying, what was Marcello doing? No way he was going to make that inside on the last.
Yeah,
but he really was trying to cover off that racing line, and it's a bit of an interesting when you get those types of incidents.
Leaders have taken the white flag.
Because I think usually they leaders will take the white flag this time by, but I think it's usually one of those incidents that you just got to hold out, because it's like, you know, you wonder who was entitled to that line. Who was entitled to the corner. Splash now, going to make some move on Keelan, up into fourth. Keelan's not going to make this easy. Can Splash hold it out? Oh, and he's going to try the same thing on Marcello. Oh, and Keelan's a bit wide.
Somehow they held it. Are you
held that.
kidding me?
But what? He's got a bit of a penalty, and he's got to serve up that penalty before, and he gets it. But Splash on the inside. Keelan goes sideways, and Splash up in the fourth place. That is good for his championship hopes. We'll pop back up to the leaders as Palmer and Tice, who have led this race from the very beginning.
No challenge from anybody.
No challenge from anybody.
They have executed this race strategy to perfection.
They're going to take a 1-2 finish.
A fantastic
24-78.
Let's see.
Man, what a run that was.
Marcello coming
Splash trying to come back, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Marcello, for the Cymax crew, will hold on to third, but Splash just hanging on and gets by Keelan for fourth. Keelan puts it around. Razor and James Head coming through for 6th and 7th. Doug Barrow in 8th place.
Coxey will come.
Carbon R in 9th. Oh, and Walshweiser, I think, had a bit of an incident.
He's got to serve a penalty.
He will have to serve that penalty.
Oh, but you got to be kidding me. Oh, no.
They both had to serve penalties. Carbon R in the top in 9th place. Walshweiser in 10th. Superboy and UTAP coming home through 11th and 12th. Patrolhead, Barr, and Gamer Coxey will round out the grid. But SMN Polymer takes the first win of the season. Thank you very much, by the way. I definitely do need that.
I needed some release. So.
Exactly, indeed. But what a way to start off this 6-round season for the Cymax 2 by sweeping the podium. But it wasn't easy, to say the least. What we'll do now is we will definitely get our fellow compadres into the chat. And now, man, that was fun to say the least. I thought Splash, he had it in him to make that podium chances work.
I'll tell you what, I give him every bit of the every bit.
Quick favor and add Marcello to the chat, please, just so we can be able to get him into the party. All right, alrighty. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, what a race was that?
It was pretty good, but you know, obviously, it was good.
That was very, very.
Obviously, some people are not. They're not wasting any time. They're already making practice laps. laps.
Yeah, because they know they got another 30-minute race to go here.
Right.
Which is going to be very, very interesting. There is Marcello into the race chat. They're going to reset it so that everyone can get a chance. Race results, there we go. So, we're going to start our podium interviews while we got till 10 minutes till the second round of the season. We're going to start off with our third place man, Marcello, in the third place car, the number 5. You were in it with it. You had to do some pretty interesting defending from the number 11 Splash. Tell us about your race today, Marcello.
I think you're lagging a bit.
Yeah, his mic just cut out at the end.
Cut out? Here, let me try that again. All right, so Marcello, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, Marcello. So, of course, you had to make a podium work for you because that was no easy feat defending against Splash, who tried it around the outside of the final corner, but you did what you could. Of course, possibly that might be under investigation. We'll decide after the race, depending on if it will be taken into investigation. But tell us about the race. You were hightailing with Keelan for a little bit, but you made a podium stick out somehow. Tell us about your race.
I'm really happy with my race, to be honest, because obviously I don't know if you're aware of this, but I had to race with a pad for this one. So I wasn't expecting to get a podium at all, but and obviously, we didn't have the same pace. Like me and Keelan, we didn't have the same pace as Ethan and Tice. So, and also Splash was really close, so we had to work together. At some point, I let Keelan go because he had to serve some penalties, and obviously, there's no secret that I was trying to, give Keelan a bit of breathing room to Splash. I mean, that's pretty understandable, I would say. If you're watching, if you know how teamwork works. So yeah, I tried. At some point, he just Splash was side by side with me going into the back straight, and I don't know why, but he was trying to squeeze me to the inside. I don't know what he was trying to tell me there, and obviously the final corner incident, if you can call it that. I left him as much room as I could.
We saw it.
I left him. I tried to leave him as much room as I could, and it was not my. I didn't do it on purpose at all. And also, I thought he broke quite late for that corner. So, and the fact that we touched, obviously, it's not like, obviously it makes it look like if I didn't touch him, he would have gone, it would have not gone wide. So, I tried to leave him as much room as I could, and it was not my fault to take him out or something to help Keelan. I still want to try to keep it clean. So I'm sorry for the long answer, but I wanted to make it clear.
Yeah, guys, please try to keep it brief. We have not got a lot of time.
Yeah, it's all good, Marcello. Yeah, so actually, I didn't even expect you to be racing with a pad today because I know you're usually more aggressive with a wheel. Of course, hopefully you can get those gremlins sorted out by the next time we go racing. Not this round, but of course, next week, of course. We'll quickly move on to Tice, the Kimi Räikkönen. We said in the stream that you were not going to get the drink, but you made it stick out for second place. Tell us about the race today, Tice.
Well, we tried to pull away at the start, which we did, and just for the rest of the race, it was just trying to cruise away, get a bit of a gap, and on the last lap, we did a little bit of a fight, which went a bit weird into turn 1, and then, yeah, it just went down into turn 2, and the outside is not really the good line, so easy one out.
A little bit of fighting. When have I heard this one before? I wonder when. But one more last question, Tice. Of course, you guys starting on the back end of the field. What's going to be the strategy for the Cymax crew to work their way back up through the field to the front for the second round of the season?
What did you say? Your mic got out again.
What's the strategy going to be for the Cymax crew working the way up from the tail end of the field back up to the front? Full throttle. I like it. Simple as that. We'll move on to finally a race 1 winner, Polymer. You are making it absolutely work here today. Of course, taking the first pole position, and the win of the season. Tell us about your race today, Polymer.
yeah, pretty good. Of course, that race showed that teamwork is key. Obviously, me and Tice work together really, really well. But, apart from my connection, which isn't really working very well today. And then obviously, that final lap was quite interesting. I ended up pushing Tice off the track, which is quite fun in a way. But yeah, not really a very interesting race from my side, obviously. You know, obviously I don't know what happened at the back of the field or in the midfield or
It was a Sunday
anything.
drive.
Yeah, it was pretty much just a Sunday drive, but obviously race 2 is just going to be hopefully smooth cruising, but I reckon it's probably going to be mayhem.
Sunday.
It's going to be pretty fun.
It's going to be Monday morning rush hour.
Well,
traffic.
it's like Super Cup, Palmer. Of course, you get the whole grid that finishes as is. You get to basically reverse it all, and then you got to work your way through it once again. So, good props to the Cymax crew for sweeping the podium for the first round of the season. We'll let you guys get right back into it for round number 2. And we appreciate you guys taking in. Hopefully, we can see some of y'all on the other side for the second round. And of course,
Tice already.
Yeah,
Just
I was
making
finished.
things quick.
All right, we'll let you get out of here,
Cheers,
guys.
guys.
We'll let
Y'all
you get
have a
on
good
out of here
last year's.
for the second round of the season. And just like that,
They're all gone.
back to square one.
Perfect.
And now, and I was like, hey guys, it's SD Minorities in, and welcome to blah 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 round 2.
I am.
But I don't get to do that again.
If you think we've seen it all in the first round, believe me, we have not seen anything yet in round 2. This is gonna. Oh, bar!
Oh my god!
Oh no!
Bart.
Oh,
That was a big one.
Mind if we take a ride on with that?
I can't.
Nah.
It's not letting me do the replay.
Oh.
That was actually, it was like a bang. A big
Oh,
incident.
someone else is around there.
Is that James Head again? No, it's Carbonara. That's just Eric doing his thing. Oh my god. Alright, he's doing that on purpose, I could tell. Mm-hmm. Eric, I'm not sure if you can hear me. Eric, I'm not sure if you can hear me, buddy, but you got 10th last race, so get good.
He's just trying to blow off some steam, I can tell you that much. He's
sure?
trying to do
Are
a
you sure?
burnout.
Are you sure he's not trying to blow up his tires?
He does. Those tires can last you for an eternity.
And that's that victory celebration that Tice, I guess, was talking about while we got the chance to catch it. There is Splash. Excuse me, Jesus. There is Splash. Let's see what he can do. Doug Barrow.
Look at Doug Barrow. He's already set a time that's quicker than his fastest lap in qualifying.
Really?
Yeah, because I think he got. I think he was a high 6, high 7 maybe. He wasn't up in the grid, but
All right. You ready to do it again?
we are ready to do this.
We're ready to do it again. Viper, I think we're ready to go at it again.
Absolutely. I would have loved to. I told you I wanted to race in this race.
So the first race was a little bit more straightforward.
Yes.
Any thoughts and predictions on what might happen in this reverse grid race?
Honestly,
You're going to have a lot of guys who are going to race. Some may cry, some may scream, some may rage. The chat might be blowing up after the race.
I mean, it was kind of blowing up after this. Anyway, we're about ready to get back on the session here as Doug and Hairraiser do a little side-by-side photo op for the YouTube stream. Doug, it looks like everyone's kind of converging at the second to last corner there.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, also, I just realized I'm going to have to edit the streams to make them mixed up with each other. So it should be no problem, to say the least. So, what is going on? Oh my god! Oh my god! Is this Wreckfest?
It looks like it. It's gonna be Wreckfest.
It's gonna be Wreckfest here in a good second. Right.
Down to the grid.
Down to the grid. We got Gamer Coxie and Bar on row 1, Patrolhead and Tap on row 2. Superboy and Walshweiser, then Carbon R, Doug Barrow, James and Razor make up top 10, Keelan and Splash, Marcello Tice, and then race 1 winner Palmer rounding out the grid here for the round 2 of the SRS.
I'm just going to say it's going to be absolute chaos going into turn 1.
It will absolutely be chaos. It's going to be about who gets a good start.
5 lights are on.
5 lights are on. Then the 5 lights
will go out.
And it's lights out, and away we go. I just wanted to say that at one point, because I've never done it before on screen. Gamer Coxie leading him off to turn number 1.
It's going a little bit more 2x2 now.
Got a little bit more argy-bargy. People are going to be saying...
Oh, I think someone's just gone wide.
Yeah? Oh, it looks like it's going to be... I think that's Carbon R. It might be.
Oh, and Carbon R's just been forced off. He's just been forced off by I think a stack up. That's.
He went wide. Have to see what happened here.
Kind of joined back on.
All right, let's see who did it.
He was on the outside. Oh,
light contact from Walsh. Oh, that is unfortunate. Oh, one of the Cymax crew also getting a little bit by as well. But that is bad news for Carbon R, who has now got to use that hot lapping experience to get out to the front of the field.
It's so bad.
Patrol head up into 2nd place. That's good for him. He's made up a couple of ground, made a little bit of ground. Keelan up into 8th place, which is good. Oh, Walshweiser really loose. And look at this. Look at the train of cars coming on through. My God.
Patrol head gonna try and make a move right there.
Oh, Gamer Coxie's gone wide, and that's Patrol head to the lead. There's so many cars going wide out of turn 1.
Oh my good.
Jeez, I was probably counting at least 3 to 4 cars.
At least that.
Wide into turn 1. Tap up into 5th place, trying to get by Superboy. Oh my goodness gracious.
And jeez, Coxie with a lot of lag. That must have been scaring some people there on the racetrack there, as it is quite busy on the back stretch.
It is busy on the back stretch. Look at this!
Look at this!
Look at this!
Oh, everyone's trying to fight for position.
Sweet baby! Oh my God! Oh,
there's contact. Lots of contact. Someone's got a lift here.
Frick me!
Someone's got a lift here. Oh, this is going to be the same.
Oh, Jameson! What a move!
He's gone wide as a result of it, though. He had to send it there. He's going to probably get a penalty because of that. Doug Barrow flashing lights.
Oh my, what a move!
And Splash is not benefited, of course. And this.
What a terrific move by James. Just.
Oh, he kind of chopped Doug off.
He kind of did chop Doug off just a hair. But look, it's like New York City right here.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
I told you it was Monday morning rush hour traffic in New York City.
Man, Splash.
Man, 2-3 wide into turn 2. Oh my God.
Walshweiser has had a bit of an incident.
Yeah, he's had something happen to him as
well. Let's see if we can be able to take a look at that. Oh, it's happened well past.
Happened a while ago. And Splash.
Yeah, Splash is having such a difficult race right now. Yeah. Just not able to make up the ground like the Cymax crew have. And this is not what Splash needs right now. He needs to make some moves.
Not. Oh, Tice! You're gonna force one on Keelan. Force him wide as Marcello. Actually, no, excuse me. That looked like Palmer there. I'll tell you what, the Cymax guys, they're hungry to get back up to the front.
Absolutely, they are indeed. James head up into 5th place, leading off this tsunami of Mazdas. Patrolhead driving this race extremely flawlessly in 1st place, so this is going to be benefiting him in the long haul as well as he serves a lot.
Oh, there's a car around after turn 1.
Oh, that is a car around. Who is that? And that is going to be...
That's Keelan.
So he's... Oh, wow.
So he's heading off somewhere. Oh, looks... they're just a stack up. Oh, he got some help.
Yeah,
Yeah, he got some help.
Yeah, that's rather unfortunate for Keelan, unfortunately.
There's just not enough room for everybody.
Yeah, not a lot of room. There's only so much a racetrack can handle, of course. Everyone knowing that there's so much that you can do in these races.
He's slowing down and typing.
Yeah, I think Keelan's about to
retire from this race. Maybe.
I wouldn't say retire, but of course he's going to have to make up a lot of lost ground.
He's gonna make a message because he's typing something.
Okay, Godot saying no, Keelan, because I knew he was cheering him on.
All right, he's back to normal.
He is back to normal, but he's got a lot of ground to make up right now. In the 22,
Patrolhead back up front. Barr making a move for second on Coxie. Here comes Superboy for potentially third place.
And this is going to help out these guys a lot as well, because look at the gap that they pulled up on the rest of this trainer here. James had leading him off. You got James, Razor, Doug, Tice, Marcello, and Palmer in that mix right there. The SDM guys have not had the best of luck, but the Costa Razor, my SDM2 crew.
Wow, people going wide.
Oh my God, Tice won a
Nice
move.
force one on Doug. Oh, he just...
Forced a little wide. Razor also a bit wide. That's not going to help him out.
Oh, Splash. Walshweiser too going a bit wide, coming out of the final quarter. And Carbonar
back in this, but man, this has been a rough show.
Yep, Splash is Flash. They got to work together.
They got to work
together.
Oh,
there's going to be not enough room.
Oh my.
Someone's going to go around.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Ay, ay, ay.
How did Doug keep that straight?
Wow, this has been a race of the day, I'll tell you what, to say the least.
People have been just throwing it out.
Now, because of the fact that these guys have actually started to spread out, James Head and the guys behind have actually started to come back up a little bit. I think someone's got around, and I think that might be Gamer Coxie.
That was Coxie.
Yeah, it was. Oh my God! And what happened there?
Let's see here. It gets a little
up into second place.
Oh,
got to be careful on the grass.
Just too much throttle.
Wow, that is so unfortunate for Gamer Coxie, who was doing extremely well. Patrolhead now a 2-second lead.
And look, Superboy's back in second.
He's in second place.
This will be incredible. Bar's in third.
This is the most. I'm going to say this now. This is the most unorthodox podium of SRS drivers.
Superboy's gone wide. Bar's gone just a bit wide. Tice a bit wide.
This is the most.
And here comes Tice on Bar for third.
Oh, here we go.
Force him on the grass. Force him barely down on the grass. Oh,
Bar a little bit wide.
Oh, he kept it on.
He kept the door open.
Here comes James Head. James Head.
Oh my God.
That gets Palmer a bit upset.
Wow.
How do you keep it straight like that? Oh my.
This is unbelievable.
Here comes Bar on.
Here's Doug on Bar. He's going to use that SMM. He's going to use Palmer as a pick to get on by, using the slipstream, and just like that, he's up front. Everyone's just forcing each other out of line. I definitely do agree.
Yeah, there is a little bit of argy-bargy going on.
That's from K&K Dodd. This has absolutely been madness.
Yeah, the elbows have really
just started to come on out now.
And Tice is on the back bumper of Superboy for second place, as Doug Barrow's on the back bumper of Palmer for fifth place. They're both going sideways out of the corner, trying to fight their cars.
On board now with Doug Barrow in the 13. He thought about making a move, but backed out of it wisely. And Tice within the first 8 minutes of this race, going from second to last up into third place. And now it's a move on Superboy. We'll pop that back right up there. Superboy trying to defend for second place.
Oh, Tice. He wants him through.
Wants to let him on through. This is absolutely good driving.
What a corner from Superboy.
Moves over a bit slightly.
Oh!
Parks it in the middle of the corner.
Tice is going to follow. He's going to try and get the run. He's got the run.
He's got a run indeed, but he's going to have to make this work if he wants to keep on to second place.
That's what Patrolhead wants to see right there, is them fighting it out for second place. I'll tell you what, though, the gap to Patrolhead is actually decreasing.
Yeah, it's decreasing.
And Tice is going to get that move done with ease, and Superboy's
switch back! Make it happen! Come on! No way! Unbelievable!
You cannot make that up.
Wowza!
What a move by Superboy into turn one. Well, he completely faked.
Oh, it's banging!
Wow!
And they're still banging doors.
Wow! I know there's a lot of bumping and banging going on, but please just respect each other's space and just acknowledge the fact that they are there on the racetrack. I know we all like to see bumping and banging going on the racetrack, but please keep it to a minimum.
You sound like
it's only 10 minutes into this race.
You sound like one of those airplane pilots when they go over the safety instructions. It's like, keep it to a minimum.
They tell you how to buckle a seatbelt. They tell you how to throw your life jacket on.
No. Here's how to buckle your seatbelt. Keep it to a minimum. Here's how to deploy a life jacket. Keep it to a minimum.
Here's how to go to the bathroom. Keep it to a minimum. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. It was a one-time thing. As Tice now is on the back bumper of Patrolhead.
Man, Patrolhead has had.
And I'm gonna look very, very closely at SMM to see what they do here. It's very loose. Oh,
They forced him. There's contact. Sounded like NASCAR a little bit.
Yeah.
And Patrolhead now.
Oh,
really,
Superboy's coming back.
Look at this. Oh, Superboy.
He gave him
Tice
a shove. That's not going to help Tice.
Oh, that's not going to help. Patrolhead. Oh.
Patrolhead around the outside. Tice has got to back off. Tice has got to back off.
Better run by Tice. And now it's really who do you want to draft? Oh, this is going to be close. And look at this now. James Head now.
James
having to
Head
resist a
leading
bit of a
this
charge. Oh my
Palmer
goodness
and
gracious.
Doug.
Oh, it's going to get feisty, Superboy.
Someone's going wide.
Oh, it's going to be Patrolhead just.
Yeah, Patrolhead, but just.
Doug Barrow in 5th place. He's come back in this.
Palmer's come back.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh, he's going to force.
He's tapped him a bit wide. Doug Barrow's in the mix of this as well as James and Barr and Razor. These guys are
Doug made the move on Palmer for 4th.
That is unbelievable.
Man, the Costa guys and the Winding Road guys really flexing muscles here.
Oh my goodness gracious me. Patrolhead now having to start a little bit of resist a little bit of pressure from Superboy on the outside.
Oh my God, incredible.
That is amazing from Superboy.
You can't make that up. From a fake to turn 1 to an outside pass in the penultimate corner of the lab, it doesn't get any better than that right there.
And I'll tell you
that's
what,
the racing we all want to see right there.
Splash, because of the fact that these guys have been fighting each other for so much at Splash,
he's
and maybe Carbonar have caught back into this race. Can you believe that? Oh,
Patrolhead. He almost lost.
Look at this!
There.
Everybody now on the inside. This is the thing where basically you cannot.
Oh, someone's been forced off.
Has there? Yes, he has, and it's been Splash. Oh my God!
Just a guy trying to make ground back up on the outside.
About to find out what's happened to
Was
Splash.
there something done?
Oh, that is. Oh,
and
wow.
Barr just left Splash with no room whatsoever.
All right.
And now the SDM guys are back to square one.
They can get back in this because they've been fighting each other out for so long. Superboy Doug Barrow has got up into 3rd place.
Yeah, Doug Barrow really trying to.
Patrolhead down in 5th. Wow.
These guys aren't going to give up. They know these 17 minutes are going to be some of them. And here comes Palmer back on Doug for the inside.
Really quick run for our race 1 winner. Can Doug Barrow hold it on the outside? He could try, but I think it was forced off a bit wide.
Yeah,
had to cover that off by Patrolhead, and now Patrolhead trying to make a move on Doug Barrow. Moves back to the outside. Doug Barrow has the inside leg up. He's going to hit him a little bit.
Patrolhead, he kept it on. I don't know. James Head up into 4th place.
That is unbelievable.
Doug Barrow's been forced out again.
This has absolutely been an...
Oh, Doug's in a gravel trap.
Oh, wow. Okay, we're going to take a look at that again real quickly. Was he forced wide?
A little bit. Nah, he's just trying to make the corner.
It's too much throttle. That is unfortunate for Doug Barrow right there.
Oh, Bart. Oh, God.
Dang, what a nutcase race this has been. Palmer having to resist a bit of a charge from Troy.
Troy knows this is his best shot to do something well. No, Palmer.
Oh, he's trying to make him move. He's trying to force him onto a tighter line. What an absolutely
Palmer's got to run.
He does have to run. Inside. Can Superboy? He can make moves on the outside work.
Come on.
But I think he's gonna have to let this one.
Oh, Superboy's gonna come back. Oh man.
He's got a bit of a run, so it's not all is lost. But 1 second the gap between James Head and Superboy.
I'll tell you what, Superboy has absolutely stolen the show.
Oh! That's Patrolhead in the gravel trap!
Oh, something's happened to him.
What has happened to Patrolhead, who led this race really early? Was he hit?
Looks like he was.
I'm going to take a look at that again real quickly.
Oh, look like... No. well now.
That was very costly. As Splash is now up in the P9.
I'm not gonna lie if that gets. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets looked over by the stewards after the race here, as Carbon R just having another, race that hasn't gone his
Really
way.
rough day for
Not only Eric, but also Splash in SDM. They have not had.
This has not been the day for that team right there, who put in a lot of energy and effort. But
I think Superboy.
Marcello up into 5th place. That's something to note, as well as Razor and Doug having to force their way back. If they can work together and be able to close back up, that would be detrimental, because there's not a lot of team alliances right now, aside from 1st and 2nd place once again.
Yeah, absolutely. Hairraiser trying to get on.
And I think that is a
Splash. That is a move on
a rather easy move by the number 11.
And once again, Sidemax taking full control of this race. And
James Head having to withstand a little bit of a charge.
But he's served up a penalty.
He will serve that penalty, yep.
Hairraiser.
So he's going to let Marcello have that pretty easily, considering the amount of contact there has been in this race, to say the least. Oh, and Superboy's picked up a 5/10 penalty. That's not what he needed.
And Palmer has just set the fastest lap of the race.
And Tice set his fastest lap of the race as well. So this car's getting a lot faster.
And someone's around.
Oh, someone is around, and that is Keelan.
It looks like,
is that car been parked there?
That's unfortunate.
That's a disconnect. Oh, that is not good news for Keelan, finishing 5th in race 1.
Yeah, that's not what he needed right now.
Wow, that is going to hurt his championship significantly. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to see right there.
Wow, that is rather a shame.
But once again, Cymax,
McCoxey and Carbonar going at it for 12th and 13. Starting to build the gap a little bit. Patrolhead down in 10th place, taking to the off-road.
And so is Barr.
As well as Barr, yes indeed. Doug Barrow and Splash
having a battle.
Going at it. So what's going on at the front of the field right here. Donate te Fantastic Keelan. Press F to pay respects, KNK Dot. Press F to pay respects to Keelan.
Spamming F in the chat right now.
I think the driver that has most impressed me the most here today is Superboy, because he is in it with a podium, and he's in it with a chance to take 3rd place, but in order to do so, he's going to have to withstand a heck of a charge from Marcello, who is no easy driver to keep behind your booty.
I'll be honest, I'm kind of curious to see how Marcello's going to pass.
He's got to cover it off. Tighter line if need be. Marcello on the outside.
Marcello knows he cannot get too rough.
He cannot get too argy-bargy, because there will be penalties.
There will absolutely be penalties, even for a position stage this high in the race with about just under 12 minutes to go.
Marcello going to try the outside.
Troy, you need to give a little bit of more room. Oh, he squeezed him just barely enough room there.
I think
Marcello around.
That's a
try the outside
racing line.
Oh,
he's got to move. What a run by Marcello. Kept him on the inside. Oh, Troy forced off a little bit. Oh, he knows that.
Yeah, you kind of have to give a little bit of room there, but at the same time, out of all the corners that I've seen Cymax pass in, that has been the corner that has been the corner that they have passed in the most, and that's kind of logistically not the corner that you wouldn't want to pass in, but
yeah, exactly.
But unfortunately,
and just like that, the podium's the same again. As James Head now down on the inside of Superboy, makes that move for 4th place. Stick, and my God, what a podium it would be for James Head if he were able to get past Marcello here today.
Yeah, absolutely, indeed. James Head is that guy you don't hear a lot from in racing, and races while he can, and puts the time and effort in, and he's actually got an incredible run on Marcello.
Bo Pichataro saying, what a great move. Got to give it to Marcello there. What a great move that was. Absolutely indeed.
I'll
Marcello.
tell you what, Troy's on the back bumper of I mean, not Troy, excuse me. Superboy. Hair Razor on the inside of Superboy for 5th.
For 5th place.
And that is Doug and Splash possibly working together to try to get back up there,
Yeah,
eh?
I think they have to start working together to get back up into the field here a little bit if they want to.
Oh, Razor down the inside!
Forcing Troy off a little bit, maybe.
That forced it back in front of Doug.
It did, indeed. It's allowed these two to close up just a little bit. Superboy. Oh, is that a move on the inside by Splash?
Here comes Splash on the inside to the outside. Oh, the switchback by Splash. No, he's not gonna have to run.
Yeah, it wasn't gonna be done there.
I'll tell you what.
James Head, though, has absolutely slashed this gap down
Yeah,
to Marcello, and he's really, you can see there, he's adjusting his brake bias while in the car, so he's going to try and get the best amount of grip and braking ability that he can in that MX5 for the number 7. And James Head is just going to really, Marcello, I'll tell you right now, is not going to make this easy for a podium spot. Marcello still on the outside. When will he defend? Oh, he's going to give him a bump draft. Not make a move just yet, but he wants to keep him comfortable, which I think is he wants to wait until the right moment to strike. Yes. I think they're going to call truce right here for the time being. Too many sharp corners, K&K dot, and slipstream really has no effect. Yeah, that's the thing with these MX5s. The slipstream, it keeps these cars close together, and that's about it. You got the bold move to make a move down the inside or the outside for that matter, which we've seen here today. Kudos to you. Marcello still not defending yet. Dan Rook in the chat saying, let's go Tice. Keep it steady. Absolutely, Dan Rook. Thank you for tuning in to the live stream.
I think
Tice out in front.
I think James Head is sizing up Marcello.
He is going to size him up
because he's got about 8.5 minutes, and here he comes now.
Right down the inside. Marcello, he's got to make a move to the outside if he wants any chance. James Head now pulling alongside for the move into turn number 1 for the 22nd time around this course.
And James Head's got him.
What a move by James Head, but he's got to immediately get back on the defense here. Marcello
gonna look towards the inside. He's got the nose in there.
Does James Head have the balls to keep it on the outside here?
You can.
Oh, no way! No way if he's going to make this stick! Unbelievable defense by James Head, and they're still side by side. Marcello, I think, is going to get the better drive.
James got to tuck back in, and he does. Going to get him the run towards the final corner once again.
Absolutely mega stuff from these two, who have been really pushing each other out. James Head, of course, really said wanting to get back into the MX5.
And I'll tell you what.
And he wasn't kidding.
And I'll tell you what. Hair Razor's not far off from this battle, so don't count him out yet, but he could be in contention for this final podium spot here.
James Head once again sizing up Marcello into turn number 1.
And he's going to give him a shot again. And he has.
Yeah, he gave him a bit of a bump draft, so not really forcing much of an issue for the number 5 of Marcello.
Oh, that was just... Oh, here comes James.
Here comes James. He's sizing him up for a hairpin because he knows that you can carry 2 wide through that corner.
Yep, flashing.
Dang, absolutely.
The flashing lights for Marcello because he is on a pad. And James Head just cleared him. Wow.
Unbelievable stuff.
And he's got the run, too, so he is going to develop a gap over Marcello a little bit here. So, and that puts Marcello in an interesting position because now he's going to come back, and then the more James Head and Marcello fight each other off, that's going to promote Hair Razor to get back in as he currently has.
Go Hair Razor, Bo Pichadara says in the chat, and absolutely indeed, of course, trying to close back
and
up.
Look, Splash has come back to 6.
What a recovery drive by Splash into 6th place. That is mega stuff.
Well, he has absolutely had to come back. He's, like I said, he's been the most consistent driver race line wise and pace wise. That he hasn't been. He isn't the fastest, but he knows how to drive this racetrack and not get penalties at the same time. That is a move, a smart play, a smart drive from that driver right there.
Yeah, and I think, because of the fact that James Head and Marcello, I think Marcello is starting to breathe a little bit of space because I don't think he wants to end up too far back away from Palmer and Tice, who have absolutely been the ones to beat here today.
I think Palmer.
And they're not making it any easy for the rest of the field once again. Someone I think has gone off a bit wide. I think that was Walschweiser, who might have gone wide a little bit. Patrolhead and Barr and Carbonara going at it for the top 10.
I was going to size him up.
Patrolhead now down the inside of the second to final corner.
Oh, Carbonara's going to
Carbonara! What a move!
He's just
Wowza was very
unbelievable. Oh, Patrolhead got loose coming out of the final corner. Carbonara's going to get the run towards turn 1, and Bart's actually give him a bit of a shot. No, he's going to go in front. He's going to split the middle, see who he wants to follow. It looks like he's going to want to follow Patrolhead into turn 1. Nope, he tucks back behind
Carbonara. But has he got the run? Is the big question. No, he does not. But does that allow
Bart's got the run?
Unbelievable stuff. Carbonara.
It's like he had a...
Yeah, he backed out of that because he knows he's got a penalty to serve.
Now he serves it up.
That
Going to get right back to contention with these guys. Barr gets a little bit loose coming out of that.
Marcello actually back up into third place. Something has happened to James Head. What has happened to him?
Intense.
Yeah, he lost out big time. What's happened to James?
James had a mistake somewhere.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely crazy stuff in this second round of the MX5 Sprint Series by SRS. And this is insane, to say the least. It's insane race it has been.
And look at James's fastest lap. 1:389. He's got the pace to get back up to Marcello up there. And if he could just do so and manage his lines, and he is decreasing that gap ever so slightly, he will potentially have another shot at him in about a lap or a half a lap or so.
Marcello just setting his fastest lap of the race. His fastest lap of the race. These guys are actually trying to serve the penalties, which is not a bad strategy as well. Look at the fastest lap comparison as well. Marcello 1:379. James had 1:389. That is absolutely insane stuff. You can see that Marcello just trying to serve his penalties, but while at the same time keeping the number 7 of James Head behind as well. Razor ain't that far off. Marcello on the inside. He knew he was coming with a full steam ahead.
James Head going to serve
the penalty.
He's going to serve it. And so does Marcello. He served it up too.
Both these guys are serving the penalty. It's more of a tactish. It's like a technical sort of strategy. But you got to keep the nose clean if you want to be able to stay where you are without getting a penalty. And this late in the running, Razor not even that far off. He could be all spoils in this second round of the championship.
We will have 3 laps to go once the leaders cross the start-finish line.
They are across the start-finish line now.
Actually, no.
Marcello now and James Head. Is there actually a bit of a tussle going on between these top two? I feel like there might be, but we're going to keep our eyes on James Head and Marcello as those two squirreling it out for third place. Splash, not even that far off. He could be in it with a fight as well on these two. He's just got to allow Marcello and James Head down to the inside.
Going to serve it up.
Oh, and he got a bit of a penalty as well, so that's not going to help out James Head's cause.
Yeah, James Head's really got to be smart here in terms of his driving style.
He has to be smart if he wants to make a move for the podium spot.
Count wisely. Oh, that's not what he needs right there. Marcello's going to get the gap and get the run at the same time, and James is going to have to benefit from the draft, and as he does, he's going to reel himself back in there. He's got to serve up this penalty within a couple of corners or so that he can have a shot within the next 2 laps or so.
He could definitely do so within these last final laps of the race.
James has got the run. Marcello to the inside.
Marcello has to defend like crazy. And James Head
watch James is going to serve his penalty coming into turn 1 here.
He probably will. He's going to play this smart, I'm pretty sure.
He's going to smart it. And he hasn't served it up.
James Head. Marcello going a bit wide. James Head, I think, got a better of a tighter line. No. And Razor and Splash aren't even that far off.
James to the inside.
These two fight it out.
James to the inside.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Dove it in there, and he served up his penalty.
Oh my goodness gracious me. Side by side.
Marcello's got the run. Oh, James Head's gonna... Oh, he gave Marcello the shot. And here comes Hair Razor.
He's not far out. So Razor might be the spoils of everybody here in this Second
Don't count
round.
Splash out just yet. He's got a lot of momentum coming down behind Hair Racer here. This is going to be...
Final lap for our leaders.
Oh, James Head.
And those two are fighting it out. Oh my goodness.
This is incredible stuff right here.
Wow, wow, wow. Unbelievable stuff. Back to Marcello. Look at this now. Razor and Splash have caught back up to this pack. And anything can happen here. Marcello, he could even finish 6th when this whole thing is over. He's got to play this very smart.
Lead lap cars will take the final lap. And the clock will expire.
The clock will expire. We got a couple of finishers coming through the start-finish line now.
Splash going to try to move on Razor.
Marcello, I think, has gained a bit of a gap.
Yes, he has.
6/10 the gap. And absolutely mega stuff.
Marcello going to drive away with the podium.
He will.
4th, 5th, and 6th still not decided yet. And the leaders will come around the final corner. And these two are going to fight it out. It's going to be a drag race.
Side by side! Okay. Tice taking the win. Palmer in 2nd place. Marcello having to absolutely defend for his life right there. Will come home for 3rd once again. James Head in 4th place. Razor and Splash. Mega close race in 6th place. Doug Barrow and Superboy. Superboy, I got to give him a lot of credit. Gave it absolutely everything he got.
Yes,
We'll come home through 8th place. A good finishing result. Patrolhead, Carbonar, Walshweiser, Bar, UTAP, and then Gamer Coxie, and then Keelan with that disconnect, rounding out the grid. And just like that, once again, Sidemax just brushing the shoulders off, making it work. 13 positions raised. He just brush it off like it's nothing. Like it's nothing.
They made that Monday morning rush hour drive turn into a Sunday
afternoon
drive.
Indeed. That is absolutely amazing to say the least as well. I'm gonna save that replay as well.
And
we gotta get a lot. We gotta get the same people who were in here last time into the party. And so there are the results with the top 12 right there. Tice taking his first win of the season. Palmer with a 2nd place finish. Same finishing results for Tice and Palmer, who have done absolutely wonders here for today. Marcello, great driving for him to defend to come home for 3rd. James Head, what an effort he gave it in for 4th place. Razor 5th. Splash, after having that one incident in the first moment of the race, coming back through for 6th place. He's got to be mega happy with that. It could have been a lot worse, but he made the best of what he could do in the race for today. Doug Barrow in 7th place. I'm pretty confident that the crew didn't give him the wrong set of tires for today's race.
And all of our podium finishers have officially joined the lobby here.
Exactly, indeed. Superboy and Patrolhead and Carbonar rounding out that top 10 as well, with Walshweiser, Bar, and then UTAP, and then Gamer Coxie rounding out the positions up until 14th place, and then Keelan with the disconnect as well. We're going to start again once again with Marcello. And Marcello, I can tell you had to work for that, mate. Tell us about the decisiveness of what you had to do to maintain 3rd place.
Had to drive faster than what I did during the whole race. My pace just wasn't really good, but at the end I managed to focus a bit more and I managed to finish ahead of James. But honestly, I'm not really happy with my race. I think my pace compared to Tyson and Ethan was not like, you know, it's okay to be like in terms of pace, but not this far behind. But yeah, I mean, 3rd place is the best I could have done. So yeah, I'll take it. Starting from 13th, so it's good.
Yeah, usually things like that do happen from time to time, and of course, you want to be the fastest man on the track that you can be. But of course, in that case, you had to really work for that 3rd place. I think a little bit more than what you had to work with in race 1. And James said, I know you come into the party as well. I guess you got a couple words to say with Marcello, of course.
I think that's a no.
I think he's.
Finished 4th.
I finished 4th. I don't deserve an interview.
We put you in the spotlight, and that's a big no.
Been demoted.
Yeah.
Racing.
So Marcello finishing 3rd in what was probably the most heated battle so far this season. We got 4 rounds left to go. Palmer, this time for 2nd place, of course, matching the performance that Tice had last round. Palmer, tell us about the race today. Of course, it must have been very fun for you.
Oh, those penalties were really annoying. If I didn't get if I didn't get those penalties, then it would have been about 700s across the line, which I guess would have been even more annoying. But yeah, it's been definitely a really good first round of this sprint series. Obviously, Sidemax putting out with a locking out with 1, 2, 3 in both races, which Louis will be quite happy about. But yeah, quite annoying on my side, or quite annoyed on my side. Obviously, I did have the pace, but obviously, little mistakes such as cutting turn 1 and running a bit wide out of the final corner, of course, led to me not being able to attack Tice. Obviously, I tried to attack him just to kind of possibly make him make a mistake, but Tice has quite a cool head on his shoulders, like Kimi Räikkönen in a way. Yeah, obviously, we're both tied on points going into the next round, and last time I was tied on points, I lost the championship.
Sorry.
So
Let's do it again.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that. It's all good, mate.
So yeah, I think it's definitely going to be very, very tight. But yeah, hopefully I can keep up with the pace going into the next round.
And so a good day for Palmer. I could tell Sharon is going to be very happy with your performance today as well. Of course, I'm not sure if she's come by to say congratulations to you just yet, but I can imagine she's going to be absolutely stoked with your performances for today. And, of course, keep it up. Of course, you're doing a very good job for yourself as well today for the Cymax crew. And then we'll finally turn our attention to Tice. Tice! It looks like your crew finally got you the drink today for that performance. Tell us about your race today, Tice.
Yeah, the start was a bit tough, as we all expected with the reverse grid. I think the rest of the people can back me up when saying I got a little bit mad to people who just didn't move on. People just completely blocking and shit. But yeah, sorry for saying that word by the way, but
You're all thinking.
Well, we always do try and keep it PG in the streams, of course. Make it child friendly. We always try to. But yeah, a good day for you, Tice. Of course, I did say what was the strategy going to be, and of course, you had to make it work by the whole Cymax crew, of course, coming from the back of the grid to coming through and sweep the weekend, and of course, you did that to perfection as well. Were there any particular moments in that, working through the field that you thought, oh my god, I thought I was going to go off, or I was going to be done, or was there any particular moments that you thought, oh my god, this is a Code Brown moment?
no, not too much, but there were a few moments where I think things gone a bit too aggressive from both sides. I'll look into that and see how to improve for the next time.
Well, a good day for you, Tice, and a good day for you, Palmer, taking the both wins of rounds 1 and 2 of the SRS MX5 Sprint Series. But ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed that, I know I certainly did. Viper, I imagine you did as well. Enjoy those races as well. We got a couple more rounds left. We got rounds 3 and 4, I believe, which are going to be at Dragon Trail Gardens next week. So stay tuned for that. And I can't wait for more. It's just like I feel back at home with these cars in the commentary box. James said, I know you've been keeping the commentary seat warm for me from GT3s. And it's good to be back again. So I'm excited to go see what next week will bring. But ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy that, I've been joined by SDM Viper. I am SDM_RDZ. Congratulations to our podium finishers, our winners, and our race competitors here today. And we'll see you guys next week for rounds 3 and 4 of the SRS MX5 Sprint Series.